You wake up to the sound of a howling wind, but you aren't in a bed. You're on a pile of animal furs on a cold stone floor. The air is so cold, your breath hitches in your chest. The only light comes from the dying embers of a central hearth. You are 20,000 years in the past. The world is locked in the grip of the Great Ice Age, and every day is a battle against extinction. This is the story of how you survived a world that wanted you dead, and what you had to do to stay at the top of the food chain. You are a member of a small tribe, 30 people who are your only world. Without them, you are nothing. Your life began in this cave. As a child, you didn't play with toys, you played with flint and bone. You watched the elders. You learned how a single strike on a stone could create an edge sharper than a modern surgeon's scalpel. You learn that fire is not just warmth, it is life. It keeps the cave hyenas at bay and turns raw meat into fuel. By age 12, you were considered an adult. Your education wasn't in books, but in the tracks left in the mud. You learned to read the wind and the sky. A change in the clouds meant the difference between a successful hunt and a frozen death. People think you only ate meat, but survival is about being an opportunist. You ate whatever the earth gave you. In the brief summer months, you foraged for wild berries, calorie-rich hazelnuts, and starchy tubers dug from the frozen ground. You ate pine nuts, wild honey if you were brave enough, and even the inner bark of certain trees during the leanest winters. But the paleo diet wasn't a choice, it was a necessity. You needed massive amounts of fat to keep your body from freezing. Small game was your daily bread. You trapped rabbits, ground squirrels, and birds using sophisticated snares made of sinew. You fished in the icy streams, using bone harpoons and woven baskets to catch salmon and trout. But your tribe craved the big prize, the megafauna, the walking mountains of meat and fat that define the era. You see a herd of reindeer in the distance. They are the lifeblood of your people. Every part of the animal is used. The meat for food, the skin for clothing, the antlers for tools, and the stomach for a water bag. You don't waste. To waste is to disrespect the spirit of the animal that gave its life so you could live. You prepare your spear. The tip is a masterpiece of napped flint lashed to a sturdy wooden shaft with pine resin and leather. Hunger is a constant companion. It gnaws at your stomach, sharpening your senses and making you a more lethal predator. You've gone 3 days without a real meal. Your eyes are sunken, but your focus is laser-like. You find a cache of frozen meat buried in the permafrost, a natural refrigerator left by another tribe. It's tough and smells of old musk, but to you, it's a feast that will keep you alive for another week. Then comes the news. The scouts have found the woolly mammoth. This is the ultimate test. A single mammoth provides enough meat to feed the tribe for months. You gather the men and women. In your tribe, everyone who can run hunts. You don't attack head-on. That's a suicide mission. You use your greatest weapon, your mind. You drive the beast towards a natural trap, a steep ravine or a muddy bog where its massive weight becomes its downfall. You use fire and noise. You scream and wave torches, channeling the chaos towards the ledge. The mammoth trumpets in rage and fear. The ground shakes beneath your feet. It's trapped. Now you move in. It's a gruesome, dangerous dance of spears and dodging trunks. You feel the rush of adrenaline. This is what it means to be human. Teamwork and strategy against overwhelming power. The killing blow is delivered. A heavy silence falls over the valley, broken only by the wind. You thank the beast. The butchering begins immediately, before the scavengers, wolves and lions arrive. You eat the liver first. It's warm and rich in vitamins you haven't tasted in weeks. The haul is massive. The tribe works through the night hauling slabs of meat back to the safety of the cave. Back at the cave, the fire roars higher than ever before. The smell of roasting fat fills the air. But your life isn't just about killing, it's about creating. By the light of fat-burning lamps, you descend into the deepest, darkest parts of the cave. Here, the walls are your canvas. You grind ochre and charcoal into pigments. You paint the animals you saw today, not just as they are, but as they feel. You press your hand against the stone and blow pigment over it, a stencil, a signature. "I was here," your handprint says. I existed, I struggled, I survived. You tell stories around the fire, stories of the great bear in the sky and the ancestors who walked the land before the ice. You have music too. You play flutes made from bird bones, the haunting notes echoing off the stalactites. Your clothes are intricate. You sew furs together using bone needles and fine thread, decorating them with ivory beads. You aren't primitive. You are modern human in a brutal environment. You care for the sick. You find an elder who can no longer hunt and you share your meat with them. You find a skeleton with a healed leg bone. It means someone cared enough to feed and protect them while they couldn't walk. This compassion is the secret to your success. Alone, you are prey. Together, you are the masters of the earth. But the world is changing. The seasons are shifting and the herds are moving further north. You must move with them. You pack your few belongings, your tools, your furs, your fire starter. You are now an elder. Your body is a map of scars, a reindeer kick, a frostbitten toe, the ache of arthritis in your joints. Most of your siblings didn't make it. The Ice Age is a cruel filter. You look at the grandchildren playing by the fire. They are taller, stronger. You have passed on the secrets of the stone and the spear. Your duty is almost done. One day, you don't wake up to the cold. You go into a deep, dreamless sleep. Your tribe buries you with your favorite tools and a necklace of wolf teeth. They cover you in red ochre, the color of life, and say a silent goodbye. Thousands of years pass, the ice melts, great forests grow where the glaciers once stood. Cities rise, steel and glass replace stone and fur. But your DNA is still here. It's in the person watching this video right now. Your struggle, your hunger, and your ingenuity are the reasons they are alive today. You aren't the caveman in a textbook. You are a father, a mother, a survivor. We look back at your handprint on the cave wall and we understand. You fought the cold so we could have the warmth. You survived the dark so we could see the light. History isn't just about kings and emperors. History is about the people who refused to let the fire go out in the middle of a frozen wasteland. You were the first pioneers, the first artists, the first heroes. You were the survivor 20,000 years ago.